Yo, it is REDinFamy, and y'all have to tell me about this phenomenal game, okay? We have Sidney right here, but EarthNight. EarthNight. So let us know your name. Let us know what's your involvement with EarthNight and why everybody needs to play this game. I'm sorry. When y'all see how this game is, it's like a collective of retro, modern, present, and future. Like I just got a chance to play this side scroller, and it's not a regular side scroller. It's a challenge to it. It's a different challenge to it. So please introduce yourself. Let us know what EarthNight is all about.
Okay, I'm Rich Siegal. I'm the lead developer on EarthNight. I assembled the team with Paul Davey, the artist, who paints everything you see in the game. EarthNight is a love letter to classic platformers like Mario and Sonic, but with a twist. Everything's made to be done at a very high quality. So like instead of pixel art retro games, we have very high quality painted art at a very high frame rate with more 2D textures and frames than I think any game's ever done. Instead of like basic chip music like in classic games, we have Chipocrite doing a soundtrack, which he does on a Game Boy, but then also adds guitar and drums and bass to kind of elevate.
Wait a minute. I had to cut you off just now. I had to cut you off. Don't be shy. You have to come in here. We talk about music. All right. So this is the maestro right now when it comes to the chip music that is in it. Okay, so you just said you create the music with the Game Boy.
Yeah, he sits on the Game Boy and makes it.
Explain this to me, please, because this is...
Sure. So I use a piece of software that runs on the Game Boy. It's called Little Sound DJ. And it just basically gives you like an interface for musicians. You like add notes in, you tweak little settings for the notes and stuff, and then using the Game Boy's sound chip, you can play back the notes and the songs. Yeah, and most of the music in the game I've written like on the Game Boy, and then I go back and accompany it with little other instruments later. But most of it comes like from other video game hardware, which is a cool way to make music for games.
So like in our office, we're sitting there, and it just looks like he's playing Game Boy, but he's really composing a masterpiece.
But so you compose this. It's nothing like you took something and kind of covered it. This is all from your brain, your brilliant brain.
Yes. There actually is one song that was done by another composer.
Oh yeah,
we're
allowed. Yeah.
Toshi Sakamoto, who did Final Fantasy Tactics. Apparently I wasn't there. He saw the game at E3 a couple years ago and approached Rich and said, "I love your game. I want to do a song for it," which is like incredibly. That's what an honor. It's amazing. And he gave us this song, and it's amazing. It's an incredible, beautiful orchestral. Like it sounds like a song from a Final Fantasy game or something ridiculous. Which is incredible. We were all kind of at first just like sort of like in shock because it's like so different from everything else in the game. So we weren't quite sure what to do with it. So what I ended up doing was doing a Game Boy version of that song, which is currently the music for World 4,
which we're all obsessed with.
Okay, I'm gonna be obsessed with it too. Now, Paul Davey is the brain behind this. What inspired him to make a character, like Sidney over here, to make this game? Of course, we already know it's inspired. Sonic is one of my favorite games, okay? All right, I'm more of a Sega girl, so Sonic is one of my favorite games.
High quality, amazing, hard Sonic game.
Okay, that's dope. So what does Sidney do that Sonic does not, that Mario does not?
Right, so Sidney is the more complicated of the two characters. I'll go back, I guess, to Paul. It was super important to Paul to have a female, black main character.
Yes.
And Sidney...
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah,
thank
right?
you. All right, thank you.
And Sidney was inspired by his little sister. And when we kind of started, it was like, it was both of them. And it was very important to him that, not only was she the cooler of the two, but the star of the show. So Stanley's more for beginners. He's where you'll start, basic mechanic. But Sidney has what we call her dashes. And it's like a double jump, and it depends on the timing of your jump when you press it, of how it reacts. And she is also host to an evil dragon spirit that gives her all of her powers.
Now that's tapping into Dragon Ball Z, all right? So my homeboy Bo Vice he's the one. Thank you, Bo Vice, for putting me on, all right? He was like, I gotta show you EarthNight. So, is there some Dragon Ball Z Shinron going on in here? Is he a big anime fan when it comes to Paul?
Paul, I think he takes inspiration from a lot of different places, but this is not based on Dragon Ball Z or any kind of a classic anime. This world that EarthNight exists in is the crazy world that's in his head. He designed all the characters, all the enemies, everything. It all comes out of him. And he's got some amazing paintings you should check out. If you Google Madahan on the internet, you can get there from cleaversoft.com. He's amazing. It's inspiring. It's unbelievable to be able to work with both Pauls, man. Oh my God.
Paul squared. Like we got Paul
it's the
going
pleasure
on.
of my life that both the Pauls will let me work with them.
PS4, of course, we're here at the PlayStation Experience.
Totally.
Will we have some support on the beloved and forgotten PS Vita?
We get asked about it a lot. Yes, we are currently still planning on a PS Vita port. It's going to start with PC and PlayStation 4, and then come to other platforms after.
All right. Switch.
We are not allowed to talk about it right now.
All right. But this is so cool. So will they ever... Now, on PlayStation, when is it going to release? Is it out already? Is anything somebody could tap into?
We are very, very close. Right now, you can check out our website, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. But the next thing you'll hear from us is a release date. It's coming in 2018, I promise, for real this time.
All right, now y'all have some dope-ass shirts, okay? Is there going to be? All right, I want one of these shirts. So y'all ran out of them.
I'm so sorry. You had to get here early.
But merch, is there going to be merch that you're going to sell? Because I think when it comes to the characters now, what was his character name is what? Stanley. So Stanley and Sidney, y'all plan on doing merchandise, figures, because this is like a character. These two characters is very unique and should be shown more.
We talk about it all the time. It's like, so we've been working on this for almost 6 years, and it's like, to me, Stanley and Sidney are like fictional characters that are part of my life, right? But not for everybody else yet. And so we can't wait for them to get into the world. Assuming the game does well, we'll have merch, we'll have fun stuff. We're definitely doing a vinyl print of the music.
Yeah, the soundtrack.
Hold on. If y'all do like a special color of a vinyl.
Yeah, we'll do like a special edition splatter that comes with the game. Yeah.
Right, dope.
We're vinyl heads over here.
Yeah, me too. I'm trying to get back into it. But thank you so much. EarthNight coming out soon for PlayStation 4 and PS Vita and PC, right? PC. So anything else you want to tell the fans to get them in hype about EarthNight?
The last thing I guess I'd like to mention that we haven't really talked about is that EarthNight uses what I call hand-designed procedural generation. So I make, and all the team members make, little pieces of each dragon, and then they're stitched together procedurally. The first world has about 354 million seeds, and the final game has about 18 quadrillion. So no matter how many times you play, even though you'll start to recognize some patterns, every run you take at this will be different.
It's always going to be different.
Wow, that's like replayability. That's what I love, because when you pay for a game, a lot of gamers get upset because games are between like $15 to $60 depending on what type of game it is, and it's a lot. We want all the epicness, but we want a bang for our money, and that right there is a really good source for that. So I appreciate the development, the artistry, the music, Paul, and of course the art from Paul Davey. So definitely check out EarthNight. Phenomenal game here. I love when indies actually show more than just a 8-bit showing of anything. So I appreciate all of y'all, for real. Thanks so much. Check out EarthNight. It's your girl REDinFamy. Deuce.